Hi everyone, in this lecture we are going to define a product class that will represent a product for a shopping website. So let us write a class product, and what we are going to do, we are going to say, let's assume that the product has 4 data members or 4 properties. Maybe each product has a unique ID, each product has a unique name that is, let's say, up to 100 characters long. Each product has a MRP, and maybe it also has a selling price. Okay, so let's say these are the 4 things. And yeah, so what we are going to do, we are going to say, okay, in the main, let us actually create a real product in the memory. Okay, so I can say product camera. So product is a class, it does not take any memory unless you create an object out of it. So this camera is an object that you have created. Okay, this camera is an object that you have created. So this camera is going to occupy some memory. So if I simply show it to you, see out size of camera, then you will see that it is going to take up some space. Okay, so you can see it is taking 112 bytes. So 100 bytes for name, okay, and 4 bytes for this one, 4 bytes for this one, and 4 bytes for this one. So it totals to 112 bytes. So we have this product class. Now this product object is containing 4 data members. Okay, so you can treat it like a bucket. It's like a variable in which now we have 4 subfields: ID, name, MRP, and price, selling price. Okay, so if you, this is now a product. Okay, and the name of this product is not yet defined, but we say, okay, this variable that we are using to denote this product is known as a camera. So if you want to get the MRP of the camera or the selling price of the camera, you can simply do cout MRP camera dot MRP. So using the dot operator, we can access what is the MRP of this camera. But now there is one problem, that by default, as I said, all these data members, they are going to be private. You cannot access them directly outside this class. So what you need to do, you need to make them public. So maybe I'm going to make the MRP as public and the selling price as public, so anyone can read and write this MRP. Okay, so now what I can do is I can run this code again, and I'm getting 0. So maybe by default we have not initialized, either it is 0 or it may be garbage as well, I don't know. Okay, so what I need to do, I need to first set the price of this camera. So I can say camera dot MRP equals to 100, and camera dot, let's say, selling price equals to 200. Okay, now although it is not practical, okay, so MRP, currently selling price, should always be less than equal to MRP, but here we don't have any checks. Okay, we don't have any checks that we are doing, so we are simply saying, okay, print the MRP of the camera, and we are saying, okay, let us print the selling price of the camera as well. Okay, so selling price of the camera as well. Now if I run this code, and you can see MRP is 100 and selling price is also, sorry, this should be selling price. So what we are able to do, we are able to read and write the data members of this object. Okay, so we are able to modify these 2 properties because they are public. Okay, now making everything public is not recommended, because what can happen is anyone can change, and this could lead to wrong data. Okay, this could cause inconsistencies in data. Okay, because we want this check to be enforced, we want to enforce this check. Okay, we want to enforce this check. So now what we should do, so what we don't want the 100% right access, but we want to give a conditional access. We want to put some conditions when the selling price of the product is updated. So what we will do, we'll learn about a concept of getters and setters very soon, and before that we will learn about one more concept, that is a concept of a constructor as well. So let us discuss these concepts from the next lecture. And in this lecture, what I wanted to tell you, how to use the access modifiers. So we have learned by default the data members are private, and you can make some of the data members as public. So we have created class, we have created object, and we try to update the data members by accessing them using a dot operator. Okay, so this is what we have learned. Let us learn about more concepts in the next lecture.